Hello, and we are back. Hopefully, my webcam is still. Look at this. It's a miracle. My webcam is still working. Thank you very much. We are on part three of chapter two of Nottingham by Night, 1970s. This chapter is entitled Anarchy in the Midlands. We just left when our coterie had an interesting visit to the Primogen, Nosferatu Primogen of Nottingham, down in the sewers and the caves of Nottingham themselves, and picked up some pretty important information that is going to disrupt their very quiet life. So we go back to our coterie as they emerge from the sewers. You are burning night now. It's up to you, but what would you like to do?
I'm going straight back to my haven.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
need to make sure.
Shop, so-
Straight back to the shop.
Yeah, okay, it's easy enough done. Fortunately, it seems that Miss Summer or no one else has done anything. You find your ways back to your haven safely, and you begin to enter your torpor, your sleep of the dead during the day. You have all your protections in place and you are not disturbed. It is like only seconds have passed as you hear the call of the night and you all begin to wake from your slumber. So as always, you can reset your willpower, because we reset willpower not on a game, but after a sleep. It's not necessarily rules as written, but I like it anyway. But more importantly, we need to do hunger rolls as they wake up for the new night. So everybody sees whether they get hunger. Hunger increase 3. Oh, look at that. We have, we have 2 people on
0
hunger 2s
successes.
and 2 people on hunger 3s. This fundamentally means that there is a need to feed, a desire. There is the monster within that, if not sated, will perhaps take over and will cause them to frenzy or even worse. At the moment, hunger 3 isn't critical, but hunger 4 or 5 takes them into that very dangerous area. So you wake up, it's a new night, lots happened last night. What are your intentions? What do you wish to do?
So, being on my haven on my own, and I am going to sense the unseen now that I know the Nos were quite happy to enter my house without permission. I am going to remove the ring from the arm.
Yep, it's
my
still
hand?
there. One assumed you probably
Yep.
checked in the night, but
Yeah, I would have checked it when I got it.
but yeah, it's still there. So you
Um,
open up the puzzle box. You know how to do that now.
mhm.
You open it up. I mean, to a mortal, it's quite a grisly task handling this thing, but with you eating a bucket of rats earlier,
Uh-huh.
one is assuming taking a ring off a mummified hand is like an everyday occurrence.
I've probably done worse.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't need to break the finger or anything. It actually comes off quite easily, as if the ring is actually too big for the finger. You're not entirely sure it was part of the hand in the first place.
I'm going to take the ring off. I'm going to put that arm back, the hand back in the box. I'm going to do the box up.
Yeah.
I am going to then lift up a floorboard that probably wasn't meant to be lifted up, but it's going to be under where I sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to put the ring, I'm going to wrap it in something,
Okay.
like a tea towel or something that I may well be needing a wash that I haven't used for, well, probably since the goose incident.
Okay. Yeah.
And I am going to wrap it up, put it under the floorboard, put the floorboard back down, move the bed back.
Yeah.
Get the box, head over to the shop.
Okay. So you all convene, and the shop, Stranger Sounds, is a second-hand record shop, one of the back alleys of Nottingham city centre. it gets dark relatively early on at the time of year that we're in at the moment. Um, Stranger Sounds is one of the few shops that stay open after 5:30, and it has become a go-to place for slackers, misfits, and those wasting time before they can head to the pub. It is currently Friday, the 1st of October, though, just so people know. Um, it's the perfect place for them to stay dry and warm with no real intention of buying anything. Um, this means that there are uh, a group of individuals that tend to hang out here quite often. And true to form, there is Terry, who is a woman that seems to, who Petra has seemed to be taken an interest in. Hamish is there, mid 40s, ex army, now a bouncer for any venue that will have him. Currently, there is Spencer there, Spencer Riley, who is a drummer in the newly formed band Puke. That's basically it, though, at the moment. It's the same old faces, regulars, hanging out, not really, not really with the intention of actually buying anything. Um, as the rest of you, as a coterie, stir and wake, hunger, hunger beckoning, you come down. You start doing your early evening routines, and James finally arrives as well. So you are all together to talk, should you wish to, unless you have any
Um,
other intentions before talking.
so I'll just sort of be flicking through records, organising things. Um, Terry, can you come over here, please?
Yep, yep. I've restocked your ABBA display. Um,
Thanks, I
I,
think.
I hope you like it. We've
Um,
sold quite a
sure.
few.
Oh, I mean, profit is always handy. It keeps my pretty records in stock. Um, can you just sort of keep an eye on the shop for a bit? I would ask the manager, but I don't know who they are. Um,
It's that one over there. I think he's fallen asleep.
right, okay. In that case, you're the new manager. Can you go and fire him, please?
Uh, I mean, I mean, if you want, uh,
I mean, you're the only one that I know the name of and know that actually works here. I know it's only is it
I
your
I
second day?
I don't really
Yes,
work.
maybe.
I don't work here.
Oh, you
I
don't?
mean, it'd be
Oh,
cool if I could. I mean, I get to see you more often, but um, no, I mean, I sort of hang out here, but I mean,
right. Okay. Well, now you work here. Now you're the manager. Go and fire that guy.
right, okay. I mean, what do I say? Do I just say you're fired?
Yes.
Okay. Right. And
But
I'll look after the place. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Otherwise, keep an eye on the place. Keep things running smoothly. Um, I'll be out the back dealing with very important business, so please try not to
Okay.
let anyone disturb me.
Can,
Apart from the usual crowd.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
If you just hold these for a moment, I'll be right back. As she hands you a pile of that record there,
uh, oh,
and she
okay.
she just she just kind of moves across to him. What do you do with the records?
Um, I will look around for a pile of records that look like the rest of them. So some not actually ABBA, but something sort of poppy, and I will just sort of put them on the pile and let her sort them out later.
Okay.
And I will sort of remove myself to. We're going to go to the back room where James usually listens to music.
Okay.
And I'll sort of, if anyone else is around, I'll sort of signal that that's where we're going.
Perfect. Terry disappears. towards where you can kind of see that he's slumped on one of the sort of chairs that you've got, and he's just kind of nodded off there. She kind of gently stirs him, but you lose sight of them as you move into the other room anyway. Perfect. Okay, so I guess the rest of you convene there, or do any of you have? Excuse me.
I would just go and quickly say to Spencer, great gig the other night. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, I mean it was good.
Yeah, really intense.
Yeah, I mean, was it really good though? I mean,
Are you worried?
well, it's it, I mean, don't tell her this, but I'm not sure punk is for me. You know Rosa. I mean, it was her idea. She said it's the future, but I kind of like my my Eagles, my Rod Stewart. I mean, all of this is I mean, the vomit was a bit gross, don't you think?
I thought it was very much in the spirit of the gig.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
okay.
I sort of. I mean, if you thought it was good, then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Rosa's right, and I should just get into it. It just seems to be a lot of shouting.
I mean, yes, it is a lot of shouting. That is part of it, but I think it's very much in the sort of anarchic spirit of the whole thing. So, but you do need to listen to your own creative voice. I don't know if you're feeling doubtful of that, but I thought the gig was wonderful.
Oh, right, and he really does perk up. Maybe I'm wrong then. I mean, I really want to be in a band, and I want to make it and have records.
I understand that. Yes, no, absolutely. No, I thought you were fantastic. So your drumming's excellent. So yeah, no, that's yeah. Follow that heart.
He perks up and says, "Awesome! This is thank you." At this point, as you're talking, you see Rosa come in, and she sees you two sort of talking, and she kind of looks, and there's a flash of maybe jealousy in her eyes.
On clocking her, I'll head to Hamish.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll be like, Hamish, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm doing good. I've got a job this weekend. I don't know whether you're interested, but there's Saturday night in the cell. I'm just running the doors as usual, but supposedly they've got some live music on. To be honest, I don't know what, but I mean, this is it sounds like it could be a regular thing every Saturday night.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, I'd love to. If I can get by, I will do for sure.
Well, I'll make sure that you get into the venue, and not that you need me to do that, obviously. But
it's always appreciated.
I'll get you a drink. I'll get you a drink though.
Thank you. You don't happen to know who the doorman is on at Lost Souls, do you?
Yes, I do. As you ask the storyteller a question, and I actually have the names. Look at this. I have all the names. The bouncer is Eddie Evans. He's okay, Eddie.
Okay.
I mean, he's a bit older, and to be honest, Lost Souls, it's so chill. It's like there's never any trouble there. He's kind of just literally a doorman. Someone opens the doors, and I'm not saying that in any kind of bad way. It's good that there's no trouble there. But yeah, he's got a good gig. He turns up, he gets paid. No real trouble. It's good for him of his age. You don't want to get into sort of rough or under. But yeah, Eddie Evans is your man.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate it.
Anything you want to know, I'm there for you. Yeah, I'll
Hamish, I always appreciate that. Thank you so much.
kind of smiles. Well, I've got to go because I'm going to be late. But
Absolutely.
see you Saturday, hopefully.
I hope so. Yes. Yeah.
With that, it kind of sort of awkwardly and shyly kind of does that, saying goodbye, moves a little bit, turns around and says, "Well, see, yeah, bye," and makes his way out of the
I head
store.
to the room at the back. So.
Perfect. Okay, so we find our coterie in the back room to discuss business occurrences from the previous nights.
Hello all.
Hello.
So
I'll be leaning against the wall, seeming very grumpy.
that was an experience and a half, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got this box. Does anyone want this box?
Is the hand still in it?
The hand is in the box, yes. Why wouldn't the hand be in the box?
Is the ring still on the hand?
Don't know. Probably. I haven't done anything with it.
Right. I'm not. I guess I could put it in the storeroom. It's best.
I'll walk over, kind of
Denny?
take the box off you, and start just kind of squinting at it and looking around it.
Okay, are you attempting to try and figure out how to open it?
Nope.
Okay.
Just looking at it as a point of interest.
I mean, the box itself is very nice. This isn't just a wooden crate nailed together. It's quite intricate. Very nice. As I say, a little bit impractical in terms of you could smash your way into it if you really wanted to.
So if this is why they're all coming to Nottingham the Midlands, under Casaspelli to actually take this thing, why don't we just take it somewhere else if it's not important?
What do you guys want to do? I don't just mean get rid of it, because from what was being said, and I may have misunderstood, I was busy with a bucket of rats, but they're going to come here, and if we get rid of that box, they're not going to leave. That box is nothing. Not nothing, but the box is not why they're here. It's not the main reason why they're here. They're not going to leave if we send the box somewhere else.
No, they're not.
So at that point, what's the point in sending the box somewhere else? Why not just give the box to somebody?
At the minute, if they're going around telling everyone that they're looking for the box, then they've got much less of an excuse. If you go to someone and say, actually, we're just here to take over, that's not really... That's going to make it more difficult to sell.
The thing is, even if we tell everybody that the box is left, they're still going to use the box as an excuse. I know I would. The box is gone, but I need to be here in Nottingham. Well, I'm still looking for the box in Nottingham. Even if the box isn't in Nottingham, that's where I'm going to be looking. That's not.
Unless we make a very big show of giving them the box back, say at the Goose Fair.
That's not a bad idea.
No. Remember what you remember what my old lady said?
Don't go to the Goose Fair. Oh yes.
Well, the ring at Goose Fair. The ring at Goose Fair. No ring at Goose Fair.
Okay, but it seems like such a good cover to give it back. Okay. Well, let's stick a pin in that and we'll work out. I think if we make a show of giving them the box back, it potentially takes away the I mean, even when they open it up, it's like, well, they've had the box back. That's what they wanted. You know,
Yeah. Here's the box.
my
Leave us alone.
yeah.
I've got another idea.
Go for it.
Why don't we burn it? And then when they say, "Did you find him?" we can say, "Yes, we found him." But he had already burnt the box. Here's what remains of the box.
Ah, we're back to my original plan. Excellent. Yes, let's burn it.
Let's burn it.
Bagsy no fire. I don't like that one.
Well,
I mean,
then,
yes,
in
but...
all honesty, then the ring isn't in the box, so you're not going to see that afterwards. But I needed to know
Okay.
we were all on the same page before I told you that, because
Okay.
this is going to be a part where we may have different opinions on how things should be done. We need to make sure we're all on the same page all of the time.
Well, I'm on the page where we don't join the Camarilla, just so we're really clear. I don't mind
Definitely.
putting my stake in the ground on that one. But do
Let's
we have
not
a
put
different...
stakes anywhere.
Oh, yes, my
I
bad.
mean, we could probably put him in Casper. He can't do anything to stop us at the moment.
It's
Very
already
true.
done.
Yeah, poor Casper.
Oh,
Oh, you kind of walked into that one though.
Probably,
Mm.
literally.
Yeah.
yeah. Poor guy.
Okay.
Anyway.
So,
So, yeah,
we get-
let's
Albert.
carry on, Albert. Sorry.
sorry, do we just try and get someone to declare themselves Baron then? The Camarilla will find it much harder to come in and declare a prince if there's already someone here with praxis.
Albert. They would more likely listen to a Ventru Baron than they would any of the others if they are indeed Ventru.
I'm just a
there-
shop owner. I do not know. Yes, that's
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah.
caitiff, they wouldn't listen to you.
exactly.
I'm sure you're all
No
well
offense
aware.
meant.
No, fully agreed.
I'm not aware of anything, Rosamund.
But doing that is absolutely doing the professor's plan for him. Like, that's exactly what he wants us to go do.
Yep.
That's not to
Yes.
say it's not a good plan, but just so that we're clearly aware that he was like, yes, go set up a bunch of anarchs.
Yeah, very aware.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just
It's a good plan. I'm not going to moan.
oh,
Yeah,
For
agreed.
somebody who, it could well be you, Rosamund, if you two are not wanting to do that. I would be the last choice because, well, it's me. But it would be one of you two, and I would suggest Albert just because at least.
I mean, I've had similar positions before. Well, not similar positions, but I can deal with authority. I think
Well,
I'd make a pretty good Baron.
I don't disagree. My reason for not suggesting you, Rosamund, is if Mithras does come back, he would much rather deal with his own clan than well, one of his most hated.
Praise Mithras.
okay.
No, I'm thinking about future survival. If and when he does come back, he's not going to be happy that a Toreador is running anything south of Scotland, really.
Well, what we shouldn't do is fight among ourselves for this. That would be completely counterproductive. So
Okay. Show of hands then. All for Albert being Baron. Aye.
It's a
Not
really
put
bad idea when we're not all on camera.
Everybody raise
Yeah,
your
quite.
hands. Yeah, that's
Well,
it's
the
perfect.
emoticons in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect.
A round of eyes then.
Aye.
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 hi.
I
There it
still
is.
think, in general,
it's
we
unanimous.
rule as a not so much as a singular dictator, but as we discuss everything, we work together. But as a figurehead, we have Albert.
Well, I wouldn't go quite that far. I mean, there's a certain level of authority expected, but also a certain level of delegation. I understand.
Don't get too big for your boots now.
I mean, yeah, there are
You're
the
still-
remainder of us.
You
know.
still live in my basement.
Oh my god.
I still keep you out, son.
We're going to fall apart as a coterie before we even get to deal with this situation.
I
At
do
least
think we're
you
getting
can-
ahead of ourselves a little bit by already proclaiming a baron. I'm not going
I
to
mean,
lie.
we are proclaiming a baron and not a prince, so there isn't that much authority. Just to make you aware, you're more the janitor.
Wow, you're really selling it. Thank
Well,
you,
we've already
James.
voted, so it doesn't really matter now.
If you cleaned up around here at least, then that would make more
Not
sense.
that sort
Never
of
does.
janitor.
I feel like the bigger problem. Sorry to deflect from this, Albert, but I feel like the bigger problem may be Rebecca Summers' intent to go talk to the other kindred, and
I agree.
Yes.
we might need to head that off, or at least, very least, present our own counter argument.
Yeah. And to some of them, I imagine that will be easy, and to some of them, I imagine that will be difficult.
Hmm.
Yes.
I would find it hilarious if the druids in Loughborough even considered joining them. That is very much not their style. And the old wolf, Luca, probably have no interest in helping the Camarilla, or in fact any kindred.
I mean,
But
He'll do what he wants.
unless
I mean-
she can give him something very, very special.
one would assume she's got something to negotiate with if she's going to walk into Guru territory, but I don't think what it might be.
Yeah, speaking to werewolves is not something I like to make too much of a habit of.
Sorry, just to clarify, I might have said Guru, but I meant Gangrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a very different
Ah.
story.
But he is living in Guru territory. That
Okay.
might have been a mistake of mine because I was reading my notes fast. But he's
Yeah.
living in
Problem.
Guru territory, but he's actually a Gangrel.
Okay, that's.
But that's slightly more concerning, but also.
I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay.
Gangrel aren't likely to join to join the camp either.
No.
Although every individual is an individual, but
Yeah, so, what, are we going to go down Wonderland? Talk to those. Although I feel that a lot of the kindred there might just be using Anarch allegiances as an excuse for mass murder by the what I've seen of them.
I was thinking about Lost Souls, but
I was thinking about burning that box.
okay, we're all on different pages. Let's try and consolidate
Well,
this a
I
little
mean,
bit.
this is something that we can do in a bin in a corner while we're discussing the rest of it.
All right.
But it does take away our ability to make a big show of handing it back to Rebecca. It depends if that's worth pursuing or not.
Okay. But when you give it a big show of handing it back and then she discovers that the ring isn't with it.
Yeah, then she will just probably take all our heads for us.
Whereas if we
then.
say the box was burnt and we hand her the ashes of the box back and there's no ring in it, we only ever had the
That's-
ashes.
That's fair. Okay. All right. I'm on
Maybe we're
board.
just not
Yes.
being sufficiently direct. Maybe the plan isn't to negotiate with all of these, but to go directly for Rebecca.
But she's still a figurehead for.
If we get some ghouls and allies to just break into where she's staying in the middle of the day and drag her out into the sun.
It's a bold move.
I mean, that is declaring war on the Tremere.
It's a very bold move.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we could play nicely with her, but you know, she doesn't need to know we don't want to be Camarilla.
It's just a
Gonna
question
sense
of
the
at what
unseen
point
and
to
just have a look
escalate.
around the shop, by the way, Andy.
Sorry, say again?
Gonna sense the unseen and have a quick look around the shop.
Yeah, you look around. At the moment, there's no nos there or anything else that is suspicious. No spirits or sort of scrying going on. No wraiths. It is pretty much as described previously.
Good, good.
It's kindred politics. She's going to want to kill us eventually. Might as well start off before she's managed to get some allies.
Okay. Well, I feel the thing that I would be any good at is probably talking to other people. So that's kind of my take on our plan so far. Is that we could either talk to Rebecca and try and persuade her that we're on her side, but unfortunately the box got burnt, and we could also try talking to the other people, and I'm fairly sure if we start talking to them, word will get back to her that we're counter offering, shall we say. We don't know what she's using to negotiate with these people either.
We're just positions of power. Anox don't have so many of them as the Camarilla. They've got dozens of different named positions, that most of which mean diddly squat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could invent some.
I mean, yes. I suppose titles do mean things too. Yeah, so yes, that's a possibility.
Is anyone used deacon? I don't think there's deacons. Could have a deacon of. Sorry.
I mean, well, if you're Baron, I guess you can make up whatever titles you want.
Burgermeister?
I feel like we're being distracted by the looming sword of Damocles. Let's see. If we're going to hand the burnt box back to Rebecca, where and how, and like, how is she ever going to accept that Casper burnt a box which he was meant to be protecting?
We film it?
No. Because that would be us filming that we're burning a box. If we are convincing enough for the fact that we only have the ashes and there is no ring, then the obvious answer to why he burnt the box is to get access to the ring when he wasn't smart enough to figure out the puzzle. Hopefully,
Okay.
that's the conclusion she will jump to, not the conclusion that we have to guide her towards.
Okay.
We also still don't entirely know how she came to Nottingham before Casper did. Even if you assume it's a guess and she knows him that well, then she still might be onto us in other areas.
As I said before, she's not here because Casper is here.
But she knew
She's
Casper
here
was coming here.
Yeah, telephone.
It begins to sort of add up now. You are perfectly right, James. She was coming to Nottingham anyway. She obviously got a call from someone to say that this was on the way here as well, and it wasn't the box that brought her to here. It was these other duties.
So, yes, she wants the box back. We can be honest. We got to Casper. He was in the entrance to a train tunnel. The only thing we're lying about is that we got the box whole. And I say we, knowing full well that it's not going to be me. So this is where your guys' skills and...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not even going to be in the shop if I can help it. Or anywhere where we meet her.
Okay. Let's burn the box, and then because we can't give her warm ashes, that gives the game away.
Let's just so we don't burn my shop down. Let's head out the back. I don't know if any of you ever have gone out there before. There's a bit of an alleyway that we can quite happily burn things in.
We will need to make quite, as I said, just drop it in a bin. We will have to make quite a decent fire to burn the bone.
Oh gosh. I mean,
But
Um,
we can just hand her a.
can we get one of the humans to do it?
I
Can we
know
get just...
I have a perfect thing to set a fire up, and I'll run out to the shop. I'll run to the front counter. I'll grab a huge pile of like receipts that people never take with them.
Yep.
And I'll bring them back, and I'll grab a couple of ABBA records on the way.
I thought that might be where you were going with that.
Okay. Abba, if you're listening, we love you really. This is
Like
all in
out of character, love ABBA.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, so yes, you grab some vinyl, you grab some receipts, lots of receipts. You probably got a waste paper bin probably overflowing with receipts, maybe if you even bothered to drop them into a bin. It seems this manager hasn't really been doing lots of work, so everything is in such a state. So you go outside, like you described, it's an alleyway. We are in the 70s, so it's not plastic bins at the moment. They are these metal dustbins, perfect for this incident, really.
On my way out, I am going to stop and turn around and walk back in and find, I can't remember his name, but the guy who was the lead singer of Puke.
Yeah, he's there, Spencer.
Spencer.
He's kind of got Rosa sort of going on him at him at the moment, and he looks very relieved as you call his name. Oh yeah, it's James, isn't it?
Yeah. You were very good the other night.
Oh, thanks.
It was quite a spectacle to behold. I was wondering if I could borrow a lighter, matches or something from you, please.
Yeah, he kind of pats himself down and he gives you, it's basically a Zippo lighter, very trendy. You look very cool with one of those.
I'll be about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Can you wait for me to bring it back to you?
Yeah, that's cool. Rosamund's not about, is she?
Not at the moment, no.
Right.
She's a little busy. I'll tell her to come through and see you once she's
Rosa says, don't worry about it. We'll come and collect it tomorrow. And
Okay.
she hooks her arm in Spencer's and begins to draw him out of the shop.
Bye. And
Yeah.
I'll turn around. I'll walk back out with the lighter.
Okay. You have a lighter. Great loot tonight. Petra has a rusty lump hammer and James has a Zippo lighter. What the life of our kindred lead.
There was another also important item that we managed to get towards the beginning of the session.
Yeah, but you're just about to set fire to it. So.
Only most of it. Only most of it.
Okay, please paint this scene of you trying to light a fire as kindred.
God.
So I
I'm
will.
not.
You're gonna stand well back, are you?
Yeah.
I will probably be the one lighting it.
Okay, in that case, I am way over the other side of the alley.
I was gonna say I'd be quite happy doing it as well, but I will grab one of the bins from there on the back.
Yep.
I will look into it and see that it's not empty and just empty it out onto the floor.
Okay.
I'll get someone to clear that up later.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tip in all these receipts and the other records and either hold my hand out for the lighter, or if James wants to do it,
I will happily do either. I am not first. I just thought that it may well be willpower related. So
well,
the lighter.
it's quite interesting, really, because in practice it sounds really good, just putting stuff in a bin and then leaning into the bin and trying to light it. But anyone that's actually tried to do it,
I would probably have set fire to one of the corner of the cardboard sleeves for the ABBA record.
Okay, so you kind of do that very rapidly. There is a horrible plasticky smell going on as it does catch, and you throw it into the bin. There's no rolls needed here, you're kindred. And as it goes into the bin is a container, and there's no oxygen in the container. and it just goes out.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Maybe dousing it with lots of petroleum, 3-star and 4-star petrol. That
Have
surely
you got
will
that
burn.
hammer?
I do. Oh, I can make some holes in the bin.
We'd need
Oh.
something to puncture it. I mean, just hitting it would just dent it. But yeah.
Can't we just get one of the mortals to burn this? Like,
Do we really want to bring mortals into this?
we're just setting a fire.
Well, we're not. That's the problem.
Well then, okay, we can do it and then make them forget. That's fine.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Yes, we could do that. What would that punk lad want to
Oh, he's gone.
do it? Oh, is he gone? Oh,
Yeah, his girlfriend. She doesn't like you, Rosamund.
Yeah, I know. I tried to change that. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to have a bit of a chat with her. I'm sure I can change her mind.
You are probably full aware it's not jealousy of you romancing him, it's jealousy of you not romancing her.
Yeah, Rosamund strikes again.
Okay, in that case,
Ruining
she
another
does
happy
like you.
relationship.
Well, what can I do? I can't help those things.
right. In that case, I will head back into the shop.
Yeah.
And I'll dig around for something sharp and pointy that I could use to puncture the.
Okay,
The
your shop. Tell me what you have sharp and pointy in your shop.
What
I
could
mean, not
possibly go wrong?
many things really.
No, I mean, so that was the point that I
the
was trying to make, but in a very
Yeah.
polite storyteller
I-
kind of way.
Needles?
I-
Record
got-
needles?
I've genuinely got something. My leather jacket is filled with metal spikes.
Oh, excellent.
I could go
Okay.
downstairs to my room where I've got a saber, which might be a bit much.
This is beautiful. I just love. I mean, this is very what we do in the shadows. Is you
Yeah.
try to light a bonfire, totally fail, and then start scavenging your haven for
Yeah.
sharp things.
So yeah, I'll go down to the basement and come up with a sword.
Yeah. There
It's
we go.
sufficient.
Yes. Why have you not brought that out before now?
There was very little need for a sword.
That's true. And I'll at this point just look around the shop and sort of look for a suitably stupid-looking mortal.
Okay.
You just promoted one to manager.
No, preferably not Terry.
So you're trying to not
Is
sue Terry.
the old manager still around?
Yeah, he is at the moment. He's kind of trying to process the information, and he's not angry. He's just going, "What are you talking about? I'm sacked. Who are you anyway?" And what's he looks just genuinely confused, as if it's some kind of wind up.
Okay, well, I will call him over and it's like, okay, look, we'll discuss this outside. Don't want to create a scene in the shop. Come out back with me.
Well, see, there's no need for a scene. What's she talking about?
Just come on, just follow.
Yeah.
And if he's
He kind of rubs his eyes. Oh dear. Sorry. I mean, I started at 6 this morning, you know, and then you realise that because you are open all the time, he comes in at dawn, and he's probably done a good maybe 14-hour shift today, and he might well be sleeping because it was the end of his shift.
then that's bad staff management on his count. He's the manager.
Yeah, I'm not excusing him. I'm just he doesn't really raise it as a problem. He's just, you probably just realise that he's been at work for a good. So he kind of rubs his eyes. Yeah. What do you need?
Come out back. We'll discuss this further.
He follows you out.
Fully aware that you've been here for a long time.
I'm sorry about this mess. Who did that? Who chucked that garbage, that rubbish on the floor? God.
I mean,
yeah, sorry.
This is the sort of thing that we need to sort of think about, really. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You're meant to be managing the shop.
I'm
that
sorry.
includes inside and outside. And at this point, I will use mesmerize on him.
Okay.
which is a rouse check, which could be interesting.
Oh, what are we on at the moment?
Oh.
Oh, that is hunger 4.
Yeah, that's hunger 4.
Oh.
This is interesting.
Well, let's not rush this. I know that we've only got 10 minutes left on this, but hunger 4 is
'Cause
interesting.
one of my flaws is stigmata.
Okay. So I was what I was gonna basically say is, your beast, how does it manifest, and what happens when you reach hunger 4? So please inform me, inform the viewers of what happens.
So, as I said, one of my flaws is stigmata. So as the beast is called, sort of, I try to sort of fight it back. The sort of signs of stress are visibly sort of bleeding from my hands, and like I'm for some reason wearing white sort of trainers at the moment, and it's sort of soaking through them, and it's really sort of awkward. But also from like my forehead, a line on my forehead starts bleeding, and I'm getting angry with myself. I'm getting angry with the beast. I'm getting angry with this idiot who has been poorly managing his own staff, to the point that he is falling asleep on shift.
Yeah. He is the only member of staff, by the way.
That is not my fault. That is his fault. He is the manager. And so I will snap a command to him with mesmerize as well. I will sort of, you will burn this box for us, and you will do it now.
Okay.
As I try to desperately hold on to things.
Okay. So this is, you have used your disciplines against this individual numerous times, and because of that, he has become, rather than one would say resistant to it, but vulnerable to it. You know the words to use. You may even have put sort of subtleties into his mind that there are trigger words, and there's no role for this. He just kind of looks, yeah, I'll burn this straight away, and he kind of moves forward, kind of looking at, looking. It's not going to work, is it? Just a minute, I've got an idea. And he kind of moves down the alley, and disappears, leaving you all standing around.
Petra, do you want me to help you inside? I think we should get out the alley.
Are you aware that the caves were used as bomb shelters in during World War
Not
II?
now, James.
Moments.
Yes, I need to feed. Find me someone stupid looking. Make it easier for me.
Sort of moments later, he comes back, and seems to be carrying some kind of container, and there's liquid sloshing about. Your kindred senses pick it up very, very fast. It's petrol, either 3-star or 4-star. He's not taken a huge amount of care with the demand that you've put upon him. It's
I'm
kind
going
of
inside.
close to a compulsion. It's splashing over his clothes a little bit. He's probably siphoned this from a tank in urgency.
All right.
Compelled almost to make sure that this all thing burns, and he splashes it, just chucks it over the bin, and it kind of goes across. You can easily see that he has got petroleum up and down his sleeves and over his shoes at the moment. Anybody got any matches?
I
I'm
will
afraid not.
lean in with the lighter and be like, "We need this back."
Right, he says, and he kind of turns round and kind of leans into the bin, and if nobody's going to stop him,
I'm not going to stop him. I am going to leave down the alleyway
Okay.
to go out to the street.
I'm going to say that's not going to end well as he's doing it, so it doesn't end well.
Okay.
And I will immediately sort of afterwards go, toast.
Okay. This horrific scene on which we end tonight's stream as he leans down, almost his mind not functioning properly. This compulsion to burn this box lights it, and whoosh! It goes up like something doused in petrol. He goes up like something doused in petrol. He kind of moves around trying to sort of douse himself down. He is going to stagger towards the door of the shop.
I will shout at him, stop, drop, roll.
Okay. He tries. He is mortal. Fire does terrible things to mortals, even worse things to kindreds. This is a reminder that burnt is clean. Fire brings you to the final death. As the screams and the smell, a number of people in the store, including Terry, begin to say, "Is everything okay?"
Yep, everything's fine. Don't worry. It's all okay. And make sure the door to the back's shut.
Okay. It doesn't take long for his screams to
I'm
stop.
going to walk up to him if I can and try and put him out with my leather jacket. I'm not going to let him burn just in the middle. I mean, I don't mind him dying, but getting the
Well,
smell of burnt pork out of your nose is horrendous.
you have a choice here. I mean, this is going to be interesting to explain, but he did do it by himself, so it could be put down to him not being particularly sensible. It does, though, whether you save him or not, definitely mean that you need a new manager now. And with that, I think that is the perfect time to bring tonight's stream to an end. We'll look at the repercussions and how you resolve this situation at the start of the next stream, and obviously much bigger and more important things such as how you are going to deal with the arrival of the Ivory Tower, and are you going to make contact with some of these other kindred throughout the region. But for now, it's the perfect time to close our story. Thank you very much to everybody tuning in, for watching and playing along with us. We'll be continuing our Vampire Chronicle in 2 weeks. We do it every other Sunday night. In the meantime, I run lots of roleplay games off stream as well, so check out our social media for details. If you liked what you've seen, please like us, and if you can subscribe, please subscribe. It makes a huge difference to us, and it makes these things kind of possible. For those of you who are interested in the Untold Chronicles D&D campaign, I'll be talking about the Coterie Thunders in about half an hour on Twitch as well, so feel free to jump in. We will also have a question and answer, and I'll be talking about this game as well until people get bored of hearing my voice. So take care, stay safe, and catch you all next time. And thank you very much, players. Really appreciate you. I really enjoyed tonight. It's been super good.
Yeah, thanks for running, Andy.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Till next time.